Welcome to the queue. It is Operation Spoils of War, and it is Bloodbath 1940, which is the next move from the BBR realm and a movement away from Global 40 Axis and Allies. Spoils of War is the cards, and we'll get into that here in a second. They are cards that do different things. They change units, cost. There's some good, there's some bad, and there's some ugly. So there's some anti-aircraft in there, and I don't like it. But anyway, we're going to play, or I'm going to play Germany, Japan, Italy, and going up against me, Lieutenant Dan and Wildcat will be playing the Allies, and I have not seen yet a post who's playing who. But because of the new turn order, and we'll go up here and look at the roundels there. Germany, Japan, then the U.S., Britain, China, then Italy, then FE or the Commonwealth. What's left of France? That's why I put the Free French marker there. And Russia is last. So that's the order of play here for one round. That is different. So I'll be doing a German turn, and I don't think I'll run them together this beginning because Germany's opening turn is kind of long. So as soon as I finish Germany, I'll get right into Japan. But first, we have to choose and select our cards. And there are 5 cards that we're going to draw, and there are certain cards that cancel out the other cards. So if you get, for example, a positive IPC card for everyone, and then you draw a negative, you get rid of the negative. So hopefully that's what we draw first. I'm going to set this up here, and we're going to shuffle these up between each round. And all right, so cut the deck. First card up. Oh, upside down. Tactical bombers now cost 10. That's a good one. I like that. Down from 11. So that's card number 1. So let's mix them up again. You know what? Maybe I'll just cut the deck each time, and then that'll be good. Card number 2. Destroyers now have an attack value of 3. Oh, that's good because I have a destroyer attacking in the first round. I'll have to remember that. So that's card 2. Oh, forgot. We're going to just split. All right, factories. 12 units may now be produced from a major industrial complex. Another good one. We're about to be punished, I think, by getting a bad one. No. 4 units may now be produced from a miner. Okay, well, that's so far we've got 4 good ones. I know we're going to have a bad one here, right? let's split it again because who knows. Cruisers now have a movement of 3. Oh, there's a bad one. Naval bases no longer increase movement. I hate this one. I don't hate it. I just don't like it. So now only your cruisers can move 3. What that does is that really helps Calcutta there. All right, so that's our 5 cards. I need to put this destroyer one up there because that's the only one that affects me right off the bat. So when I do my roll, I got a destroyer in action up there. But those other cards, we'll just spread out along here and look at them as we go. Looking at them again, yeah, none of those really affect me because I'm not buying a tactical. Speaking of purchasing, we've spent $4 for our tech, leaving us 26. We're getting a destroyer, cool, and 3 subs. Had I known that, maybe I would have got a couple more destroyers. Oh, but you know what? He's got a destroyer too. Dang it. That helps them. Oh, wait a minute. No, it says attack, right? Let's look at it. All right, so they still defend it too. That's the good news. All right, so that's good. All right, so that is it. Let's move into our attacks. This is the attack that I sent the guys on the chat. I've got 3 tacticals, 3 fighters, 2 subs, and a destroyer going into A12 against these 3 ships. They elected not to scramble. So that's that first attack. Second attack, we're going to hit all of France, and hopefully we get that accomplished, and we'll do the Vichy, and all these units will freeze, and then Yugoslavia, right? Yeah, that's a walk-on, and that's Finland's a walk-on. Oh, we do have some other sub attacks. This sub's going to take a crack here at this cruiser at A29, and these 2 subs will come over to A16, and hopefully we're going to sink those Commonwealth ships there in A12. Is it A12? No, A16. I just said that. All right, so now let's do our other units, and let me see if I can lower the angle here and maybe widen it just a hair. All right, so we've got a fighter here in Belgium. It'll come over 1 into Normandy, movement of 3 left. Infantry, artillery, we are going to take 1 tank into Normandy, and we've got from Germany a bomber doing a paratroop of 2 guys. So hopefully that gets the job done. Let's look down here at southern France. We've got 2 mechs from southern Germany that'll come through Italy. 1, 2. We've got 2 aircraft coming here. We've got a tactical from Poland and a fighter from Slovakia. How do I get there? So the tactical here in Poland's 1, 2, 3, 4. So it can't make it. What have I done wrong here? So the fighter is 1, 2, 3, and it has a movement of 1. Okay, so now, what? I'm not sure how I've configured this. All right, so I guess we're going to bring this fighter here from Romania instead of into Yugoslavia. He'll come over 1, 2, 3, and he'll have a movement of 1 left. This tactical will come down from Poland, 1, 2, and he'll have a movement of 2 left. If I can find the 2, doggone it, there it is. All right, so I'm not sure how I thought that was going to go all the way over to southern France. This other bomber will bring 2 more infantry down here into southern France. So there's 4 attacking there, 3 with those 2 planes. All right, hopefully that's the balance we're looking for. The last is this tactical bomber from Germany, 1, 2. That's what it was. This tactical goes 1, 2, 3. That's how we did it. It's the one from Germany that goes there. The tactical from Poland goes 1, 2, 3, and it has 1 left. And then the fighter from Romania comes over to Yugoslavia. All right. Just had a mental breakdown there. All right, so that means from Belgium into Paris is 2 tanks. And then we're going to bring 3 tanks here from southern Germany for a total of 5 tanks. We've got 3 infantry, 2 artillery from Belgium. From Western, we've got 3 infantry, 2 mechs, and an artillery. All right, and Yugoslavia here, we got 5 infantry, or 6 infantry, 2 artillery. Let's bring over the 2 tanks from Romania, the tank from Slovakia, the tank from Poland, and let's see, we've got 2 mechs from Slovakia, 2 mechs from Warsaw, and 1 mech from Romania. And for Grins, let's bring this artillery as well. All right, so that's our Yugoslavia battle. Everything else will be non-coms. All right, so what do I want to do first here? I think we want to get that stupid anti-aircraft out of the way. the battleship gets up to 3 and the cruiser gets up to 1. So since we have 4 aircraft, we've got 4 anti-aircraft shots. And they get 1. That is a kick in the groin. All right, so 1 aircraft down. We're going to take a tactical because they're now the same price as a fighter. Let's go on to our attacks. They have a destroyer, so we do not have first strike. But our destroyer is now 3 along with our 2 fighters. Oh, 3 fighters. All right, so we got 3 fighters at 3, 2 subs at 2, and 2 tacticals at 4. All right, let's see what we get. We need 1, 2, 3, 4 hits, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So they are gone. So if they'd have scrambled, they'd have lost that. So in defense, the battleship pairs with the cruiser. So that's 2 4s and a 2. And here's where we don't want any hits. No hits, no hits. 1 hit. Nice. So we will lose, let's see, we bought 3 subs. So we need at least 2 to survive. All right, so this is our casualty. We'll lose the sub. So that destroyer and sub take the C zone. We'll land the planes afterwards. Moving on to naval. We've got 2 2s versus their 1 2. So let's roll some 2s. Nothing. Their destroyer in defense. Nothing. 2 subs. Nothing. Destroyer in defense. Nothing. Subs. There we go. 2 hits. All right. So destroyer in defense. Nothing. So nice. So we've got our subs for our bonus. We need 5. We got 6 now for sure. And last but not least, we do have a first strike here. I'm going to get rid of those dice because they stunk. So let's use this one. All right. Cruiser down. So I think a pretty darn good naval battle so far in the Atlantic. We have a counterattack coming our way, I'm sure. Maybe, maybe not. Who knows? All right. So interesting. Let's move on to the battle for France, because sometimes that goes bad. That might affect those outer battles. All right, so I've got 1 tactical bomber, so they have 1 anti-aircraft. It misses. Thank you. Now we go on the offensive. We have 2 artillery, so that will be 2 artillery. Boost 2 infantry. We have 6 infantry total, so that'll be 4 at 1. The mechs, we got 2, so that's 2 more 1s. Then we got 5 3s for the tanks. That's 4, 5, and then the tactical will be a 4. I should have a cup over here because it's more than I can get. There we go. All right. All right. What's that? Oh, not very good. Not very good. 3, 4, 5, 6 infantry. 6 hits. 6 infantry. 5 infantry and 1 artillery. All right. So these light blue represent the British units that are there. I just didn't want to put British in there and take them out. All right. So that is the first round of the attack. Defending will be 6, 7, 8 at 2, and I don't have my, that's 5, 6, 7, 8. They got 2 tanks and then a fighter. All right, so that's a little better. I can get that in one hand. And that is a terrible roll. Terrible, terrible, terrible. 1 hit, so we're going to lose 1 infantry here. All right, so overall, it's going really well for us. Round 2. Let's do it out here. It might be easier to pick it up out here. We're down to 5. Oh, wait a minute. We got the 2 artillery, 2 infantry paired with it. So now we've got 3 infantry, 2 mechs, 5 tanks, and the tactical bomber at 4. That's still too hard to pick up. I should have a cup. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So that is a 2-round battle. And oh, thanks for that. I need a cup. Not prepared. All right. So defending will be 3 at 2. 2 3s and a 4. And good night. I had never seen that before. I hope I get that later on. So we're going to lose another infantry. So Paris has fallen, losing 2 infantry. That's unheard of. That is a ton of casualties. Let's go to Normandy. And I might have to just, maybe it's this that's in the way of rolling here. 2 infantry. I got 1 boosted, 1 artillery, I got 1 tank, and I got 1 fighter. And we're looking for 3 hits. And I got my turn to suffer. I got 1 hit. All right, so 1 French infantry down. They have 3 at 2 back. And only 1. So 1 for 1. Next up, so we got the infantry, artillery, 1 infantry, 1 tank, 1 fighter. 2 hits. And that's all we got, 2 hits. All right, so that battle is over. We've got the 2 defenders at 2, and they get 1 more. So we lost the same amount taking Normandy as we did Paris. That's crazy. All right, get all that out of the way. All right, last battle. Oh, no, I guess there's 2 battles. Southern France, we've got 4 at 1. This is going to be painful. 4 at 1, a fighter, and a tactical. What's back there? That's a miss. All right, so we got 2 hits, so let's clear those out. That'll help. And they have 3 at 2 back. And they only get 1. So we will lose 1 infantry. And they have an artillery left. So let's see if we can take that out. 3 at 1, a 3, and a 4. 1 hit. So we got 2 hits. All right. So, you know what? We could have rolled that all together, I guess. There was no 2s. So here's the French artillery, and it does get a hit. So we'll lose our 2nd infantry. And that is that. So, Yugoslavia, we got, let's see. So we've got 3 artillery, so that boosts 3 infantry. So that means we've got 3, 6, 8. 8 at 1. There's 2, 4, 6, 8. So that's a lot there. Let's just roll that, and then we'll roll our tanks in that aircraft. Because I didn't bring a cup, unfortunately. All right, so we got 4 hits. There's only 5 there. So I feel confident. Next up, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 tanks and a fighter. So that will be 5 at 3. Needing 1 hit, and we got 3. So the defenders, Yugoslavia has 5 at 2. And oh, oh man, punishment. We got to lose a red ship. Ouch. All right. I think that's the exact same casualties as I lost taking all of France. Well done, Yugoslavia. Well done. All right. I think that's it. Just looking at my markers. All right. So, those guys were killed. All right. So, taking Normandy will be infantry, artillery, tank. Taking southern France will be 2 mechs. Paris is going to be 5 tanks, 4 infantry, 2 mechs, and 2 artillery. All right, so I can squeeze all that in there. Let's just turn that over. I think that's worth 4, yeah. All right, so that's all in there. He has to land in Western Germany, no choice. He has 1 left. These 2, fighter and tactical in southern France, have to land in northern Italy, no choice. Moving those out. He has 3 left. He can go 1, 2, 3 into southern Italy. All right. This fighter, who is also going to go to southern Italy, I think he still will. Yeah, we'll go to southern Italy. So I'll just go 1, 2. All right. Keep with the plan. All right. And last but not least, the 3 fighters, 2 tanks will land here in Western Germany. All right. We're going to go ahead and land both our bombers there as well. And just for grins, we're going to move 4 infantry from Berlin here over to Western Germany. All right, so now we've got a mech coming down here, which will make that Bulgaria German and give us 4 infantry. We'll take 1 out of the dead pile there. Up north, we've got 4 infantry coming into Finland, so that'll give us 4, 8. Oh, I'm going to turn all those over when I do income. 1 infantry, 1 artillery will jump on the transport and come across to Norway. They will move forward and do that from A13, along with the battleship, the cruiser, and the transport. All right. Last but not least, we got to get some stuff over here towards Russia. Good question. We're going to rail this artillery to Romania. No, we're not. We're just going to move them there. And we're going to move these. No, we're going to leave those 2 there in Berlin. We're going to rail one of the anti-aircraft to Romania. One of the other aircraft will move to Slovakia. No, we're going to leave them. So I need a dude for that. Take him out of the dead pile. All right. All the planes are landed. Everything's moved. Let's do some income. Germany does get $19 from the French income. So I'll set that over there by the German stack. So we're going to go up 1, 3, 6, 8, 12, 14. All right, so Germany goes up 14. Take France off the board. And Germany goes from 30 to 44. All right, so placing their units. We've got 3 subs and a destroyer. All right. And that works out nice. I'm going to put that with the other stuff, other cards here a little bit. All right. Cash-wise. So we've got our 19 from France. We're going to collect 44. So let me grab 210. That's 45. So we're going to take 1 out of our bonus to make that. And let's see what our bonuses are. The bonuses now are 7 if we're not at war with the Soviet Union. So let me grab that. So that will be 7 bonus for that one. We're at war with United Kingdom. If Germany controls Denmark and Norway, and Sweden is not allied, so that's another 7. So that's boosted as well. That's nice. So that's 14. 5 submarines on the map is another 5. So that is 19. All right, I think that is it. Germany has an armistice with France. 3 more. Which makes me think I've got to. This goes to Vichy, I believe. So I don't think I get that income. So I'll have to leave next turn, if that's correct. If I got to leave this turn, then they'll just go into Northern Italy. So I need to go down 4, or now down 3 to 41 there, because I get that armistice money instead of the income. All right, so that means let's take that 3 off. All right, let's just redo the money. 41. So, all right. So that means we're going to have 35, 40, 41. 41, 19, that's 60. And there is 74, 79. That is some good cash. On to Japan, and we'll, like I said, we'll film that here separate. And it looks like my lighting's really bad, so I'm going to have to adjust and play around with that. Let's do a recap of what's where real quick. Sub in A29, 2 subs in A16, sub and destroyer in A12. A13 is a destroyer, 3 subs, 1 transport, 1 cruiser, 1 battleship. Norway infantry artillery, 8 infantry in Finland. Western Germany is 3 fighters, 3 tacticals, 3 AA, 2 bombers, 4 infantry. Paris is 5 tanks, 2 artillery, 4 infantry, no, 3 infantry, 2 mechs. Normandy, tank, artillery, infantry. And then I don't know if these got to leave now. If they do, they're going to Italy. If not, they'll go out next turn. Fighter, tactical in northern Italy, 2 fighters in southern Italy. Yugoslavia, 4 tanks, 5 mechs, 1 infantry, 3 artillery. Bulgaria, 4 infantry mech. Romania, anti-aircraft, 2 infantry, 1 infantry in Slovakia. Artillery, 2 infantry in Poland. Germany, 2 infantry, and 2 AA. And that's a wrap. Japan's up next, so you'll see a turn here pretty quick from me.